Time to answer some of your COVID-19 questions. Infectious diseases specialist Dr. Isaac Bogosh back with us once again. Hello to you. And this first question, Dr. Bogosh, given what's happened in Nova Scotia, is one that we've gotten a few times now. So here it is. How do people deal with burying loved ones? Is it safe to attend a funeral these days?
Yeah, I still think that people can certainly attend a funeral and also adhere to the physical distancing guidelines while abiding by the provincial and municipal rules of how many people can congregate together in one place. And in some places, it's you might hear about 5 people or perhaps 10 people are allowed to congregate in one place, and certainly that's reasonable to do at a funeral as long as people are still distancing themselves by 2 meters. I appreciate that this is extremely challenging. And that the natural inclination is to give your loved one and your friends and family there a hug, but it's still important to stay physically distant in these settings. And there's some creative solutions here. We've heard of funerals where 10 people pay the respects. They're separated by 2 meters. They return to their cars, and then another 10 people show up and have a chance to pay their respects as well. So there are creative ways where this can be done in a respectful manner, but still adhering to the local guidelines and staying apart.
Right. Okay. Here's a forward-looking question for you. How and when will things start to gradually reopen?
Well, interestingly, when we hopefully are not just plateauing, but on the other side of the curve, and we see a sustained reduction in the new cases and things start to open up, I think we're going to start to see a loosening of some of the restrictions that we're living under. And this might manifest in several ways. One is that we might start to see more people allowed out and about in parks, either provincial parks or municipal parks, as long as they're spreading apart by 2 meters. And, we might even see some other things like maybe, perhaps, I'm guessing here, but maybe some restaurants will be allowed to open up as long as they are able to keep people apart and have, a small number of people in the restaurant at any given time and adhere to good hand hygiene and physical distancing measures. So we're probably going to see a change for the better somewhere along that spectrum of returning to normal, but of course not quite as we remember as normal as we remember from the pre-COVID-19 era.
And as quickly as weeks from now or months? What do you think?
Hopefully it's in weeks. I mean, it really depends on us. And if we continue to adhere to these physical distancing measures and start to see a drop in the number of new cases, then it may be a few weeks away.
Okay. Dr. Bogosh, thanks so much for your time as always.